Sure. Yeah, out here in the lakeside, beautiful out here today, isn't it? Yeah, everything checking out, no water leaks, motor runs good, live well works good. These seats, these are just to hang on to if you're in the center seat. This folds down so you don't step. You got your speakers here. This depth finder is no good. You can see how it's going off and on when you touch it. Moisture got into that screen. And then I'll go ahead, and then this one here is for your motor readings right here. So now if you want to horn, beep, beep, and it does have your trim gauge that bounces all around. Fuel gauge does work, and you can go switch between tank 1, tank 2, and then you go to starboard tank, port tank, and you can shut it off. All this does, you can trim your motor if you want, or you can use this one right here, trim. That's this one. And then you can also use your jack plate. Picks up speed, gets that motor out of the water a little bit higher. Okay, then accessories, I don't know what he's got these hooked up to be honest with you. I really can't figure. The anchor lights, of course, you need to look at those. And then this is your auto bilge pump right here, or you can just go manual, so we don't have no water in there. These are for the lights in the bait tank. If you turn this on, if you lift this lid up here, you'll see the light come on in there. And he doesn't use these, I don't look like. He uses those for storage. Okay, so we're gonna shut that off. We're gonna turn that off, and then we're gonna hit your auto, like your live well, and that fills up both of them. So those do work, and you can put the switch to auto over here. If you want to empty it, you can shut that off. You can just switch that if you want. You can turn them off, turn it off, turn them off, and then you put this on empty, and then when you're going, it will empty those out right there. Now this works, your GPS, colors hummingbird, and your sonar. You have your temperature works, your speedo works, tach pretty good, it jumps a little bit. Fuel gauge work, that does, like I say, jump. Yeah, so this water temp here works, this one here down here doesn't. Okay, fuel, and I imagine the same thing. I didn't check that, I just seen that there, but you got to have the engine running, so I'll check, but I'm presuming this is the only one that works, is this one right here. Okay, you got your stereo, you got a hot foot down there, speakers right there, stereo here, you can turn that on from up there as well, or you can just hit it right here and it'll turn it on. We're up here at Lakeside, so, and I bet you that's what one of those accessory switches for it. So we'll try A1. There, A1, and then I'll try this, shutting that off. Yep, so A1 is for your stereo. Now you'll hear it come on, but up here you don't get really good reception. And I already showed you all this storage here. This is just more for the running issue. Like I say, that one there does not work. Now this one right here, if you look at the motor back there, you can raise the motor, say you're bass fishing, you need to get that main one up out of the water. And like say right here, you can control your stereo, or you can shut it off from up here. And again, this one doesn't work, this does work, and I'll show you how that does. And these are kind of cool. There's something you can put your feet or strap your poles down, whatever. But if you want to go like that and just put your foot right there, then if say you rocked, it would probably stop you a little bit from falling overboard. Okay, then on this, all you do is pull the rip cord. This is my weak hand, of course. Just drop it until it locks. And let me see. Yeah, it locked. There you go. And then this is your foot feet right here. Now you can do continuous. You turn it on. There's your speed. So you can sit up here, and then you can turn on your depth finder. So you can sit up here, steer it. There we go. Then say if we want to go the other way, we just, and then your speed's right there. See how we're turning around? Then we can go the other way. There you go, that's working. Now the depth finder, you can go ahead and hit exit, enter GPS and sonar. You can go to pages, you can go just to sonar, enter, there you go. Yeah, that works pretty good. Nice and quiet, huh? Seems like we're going backwards though. And we're going forward. Wouldn't hurt to charge the batteries up though. Okay, so then if you want to go momentary, then you hit this and then you can just go to high. That bypasses it. The momentary, you hit this here. So that works pretty good. So then you can just leave that on momentary there, shut this down all the way. Just hit this on power, go down here to where it says off, hit enter, that power's off. Then what you do is you take this here, just so I don't fall in. This is my bum arm. You may want to spin that. There you go. And that just goes down like that. Then you come back here, make sure everything's tucked away. Make sure that's on starboard tank, port tank, whatever you got. And then this is on a code. So if you notice, it won't start, it just beeps. So you got to set 1, 2, 3, 4 until your volts come up and she'll start. Now fuel gauge does work here and here. Temp does work on both of these. So that's good. Now then all you do is you go like this, put it in gear, that's all that does. Then your hot foot is right here. So you hit it. It needs to be run a little bit, but it goes. Then you can start messing with your trim. See how the trim's way down here works sometimes. I'm going to trim the main motor up to pick up speed. We're doing about 45 right now. I'm going to trim it up a little bit more. 50. Trim it up a little bit more. 50. I'm going to raise the jack plate up. There's 51. So that should be good. So stereo, we're going to go off of A1 on that one. And then again, you just put this thing back here and just hit stop. And there you go. Now I'm going to try like tank 2. Port tank 2. Off. That's port. Let's go to starboard. Tank 1. And then go to tank 1 here, see what that does. Remember start. You got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, start. Fuel tank up. Volts, fine. Water pressure down. Trim up. Okay. So this is your volt gauge here. That's putting out good volts. Okay, so we're on number 1, and we're over here tank 1, and it's reading full, so it's working. So just put it in gear, put your foot in your hot foot. RPMs will do. Or there's 5. I'm going to trim it up a little bit. Or you can use this trim too. About 5,500. So that's what you want. Boat duct out.